For us HSPs, life is more complicated. The hard things, they hit us harder. We may have to really understand who we are before we can start accomplishing things in the world and finding our place. Let's drop feeling guilty and feeling ashamed for not being in the norm. Let's stop explaining, defending, and justifying our character. People who lack sensitivity or empathy or curiosity will never understand. So let's save our breath. Let's stop trying to fit in. Bending ourselves and twisting ourselves in a pretzel is not comfortable and it hurts. Hello, beautiful. How are you doing today? If you're a highly sensitive person, HSP, I can pretty much guarantee that you don't feel normal. And the problem with normal is that normal people are not comfortable with people who are not normal. But the true meaning of normal, it means majority. And majority is not the same thing as being right. You know, if the majority sees 100 colors with their eyes, then is seeing 200 wrong? Is it a problem? If the majority jumps off a bridge, is it a problem not to be normal? The problem with normal is that we make it mean that if somebody deviates from the normal behavior of the majority, it's not normal and it equals it's a problem. So it becomes something that is associated with blame, which makes us feel guilt, with something's wrong with people who are not normal, and it goes with the idea of being somehow less than. In French, we actually have a noun that comes with normal, and it's the normal. And it's used mostly or more commonly in weather forecast. And we call la normale what is actually the average. So in French, la normale equals average. And honestly, who among us wants to be average? Being average may be something to look at in the weather to understand the pattern, but it's not exactly something that as human beings brings any kind of validation and any kind of uniqueness to who we are. Knowing this, here are a few things to stop doing. First, knowing that normal equals majority and average, let's drop the shame. Let's drop feeling guilty and feeling ashamed for not being in the norm. Not being normal is a good thing. 2, let's stop explaining, defending, and justifying our character. People who lack sensitivity or empathy or curiosity will never understand. So let's save our breath. And the more we get to know ourselves, the more empowered we are, and the less we feel like we need to justify to people who will not understand. 3, let's stop trying to fit in. Bending ourselves and twisting ourselves in a pretzel is not comfortable and it hurts. If you're enjoying, finding value, appreciating these videos, share it. Share the channel, share a video. It's going to bring more people around. There are people who need these messages, and we need this community to grow so that we can find each other and start feeling like we belong. So subscribe, share, like, and enjoy. Many of us say that all our lives we felt like a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. Well, I've got 2 things to say about this. 1, are we even a peg? Something to think about. 2, let's stop trying to change ourselves and chip off pieces of who we are. There is a place, there's a spot where we do fit. We just have to stop looking where everybody else, the normal majority, is looking. It's like, imagine that there's a cube. Okay, it's a little bit of a visual, a cube, and the majority is on this surface looking for where they fit. Well, maybe when we're a highly sensitive person, we need to go look on a different surface, and probably that's where we'll find the holes that correspond with our shapes. So those are the things to stop doing. The things to start doing: 1, let's really learn who we are. Let's learn about highly sensitive people. Let's learn about ourselves, how we were designed, how we were created, what makes us tick, what we need, and how we function best in the world. The more we know of ourselves, the more, again, empowered we are. 2, let's switch the perception that not being normal is bad. Not being normal is good. And I am glad that I'm not average. So let's just stop this in our mind saying, I'm not normal, I don't fit in, I'm different from everybody else. It's a good thing. Let's change our language. 3, let's start appreciating our sensitivity instead of fighting it. There are good sides to our sensitivity. We know what people need. We can feel a room. We're good at connecting the dots. We can see the big picture. We can develop deep relationships. We are very compassionate. We have an amazing intuition, which I wanted to put with the fact that we can connect the dots and get the big picture. We actually get the big picture without analyzing all the facts, because that's where our intuition can kick in. And we have a great capacity for joy, for love, for being in a sense of wonder about life, about nature, and about nice things that are around us. 4, let's surround ourselves with people who understand or have the curiosity and ability to want to understand. And let's find communities like this one and others where we can actually connect with people that are like us so that we feel less alone. There are a lot of us. Here is the bottom line, or lines. There's more than one. For us HSPs, life is more complicated. The hard things, they hit us harder. We may have to really understand who we are before we can start accomplishing things in the world and finding our place. Our path is not the normal path of do, then become. Our path is more the become, then do. And as HSPs, we have to chart our own course, because we cannot follow maps that were charted by and for the majority. But make no mistake, being a HSP, even though it's harder and we may not be normal, but it's not a curse. It's actually a gift. And we were created that way. God doesn't make any mistakes. We are part of this world like anything that was created to create balance and harmony. We have our place. We just need to look in the right places. So appreciate your sensitivity. I love you. Have a great week. I will see you soon.